Hello friends, in this video we will see the property laws which are stated by the Kautilya. When the owner is not able to show the proof regarding the ownership of goods, in such case possession would be enough to prove his title. Owner who has neglected to enjoy his property and other person has enjoyed it for 10 years, in such case owner has lost his right of ownership on the property. Owner who do not object to the use done by the other person of the structures constructed for 10 years, in such case the owner has lost his title to the said structure. So friends, if you can see that as per the law of Kautilya, the possession was a good proof to prove your title. Further, he also speaks about adverse possession, that is, if for 10 years somebody is enjoying a possession before the original owner will lose the right. One interesting aspect is that regarding the structure, that if somebody is enjoying a structure for 20 years before the eyes of the original owner, in such case the structure also becomes as ownership of that person. So I think this is something more advancement to the adverse law of possession which we have today. So identically we once again see that the adverse possession law which is there today again has its origin in the ancient laws. Let us see what are the next property laws. Disputes regarding immovable property should be resolved by evidence given by the people residing in the neighborhood. Taxpayer can sell property only to the taxpayer. When there is a dispute of boundaries between two villages, the same should be resolved by a group of persons selected from the neighboring 5 villages by identifying natural marks or man-made marks. When no marks are available, the land should be distributed mutually among the claimants. Now friends, if you can see, this is a very unique provision which is there as far as the sale of property is concerned, and that is a taxpayer can sell the property only to the taxpayer. So taxpayer and its importance which is there even today, we can find the origin of that way back in Kautilya also. Further, it says about the boundary disputes, and they have resolved a very easy way, that 5 people be selected and they are going to decide the boundaries. So overall, if you see the law which is made for boundaries or maybe for selling of property are to some extent very easy, and there are no complications into that particular aspect. Let us see further what are the property laws. When property has to be sold, it has to be offered to the purchaser in the following priority: first to kinsman, second to neighbor, third to creditors, fourth any other person. Property should be sold by calling auction. When the sale price is more than the base price of auction, in such case the difference would go as a tax to the king's treasury. Tax had to be paid on the purchase price. So friends, one thing becomes clear, that property, if has to be sold, there was a priority in which it has to be offered, what we call today the right of first refusal. So there has to be a right of first refusal, plus property can be sold by auction. One more interesting part is the difference between the base price and the actual sale price goes as a tax to the king. So these are some important aspects of administration which were being designed by Kautilya as a good administrator. So the exchequer gets money from each and every transaction, so that with the help of that money, the king can obviously do welfare of his people in his kingdom. Let us see what are further property laws. Road had to be constructed with specific measurements. Tenant has to vacate the house when he is being specifically called upon to give vacant possession. Landlord cannot evict a tenant who has paid the rent. If tenant on his own vacates the premises, still he has to pay the entire annual rent. When a movable article is stolen and king through his men is not able to recover the same, in such case king has to reimburse the value of the stolen article to the owner. So I think here we get 2-3 things, and that is, there also existed constructions rules. That is, today we have development control regulations as far as Bombay is concerned, or there are construction laws which are there all over India. So those type of constructions laws existed in Kautilya time. Further, if you see the Rent Control Act which we have today, the tenant who has to vacate the house, plus no eviction if the rent is paid by tenant. Tenant prematurely leaves the premises, entire rent has to be paid. Again, a unique feature regarding the stolen property, that if stolen property is not found, king has to reimburse the value of the stolen property. This was identically there in Vishnu Smriti also. So friends, if you see the totality, the laws of property, they have gone in a very simple manner. Whatever may be the circumstances, they have seen possession is important. At the same time, taxpayer has to sell to taxpayer. They also had a good Rent Control Act. In a way, the provisions which we saw are nothing but the provisions of Rent Control Act. So this again leads us to some kind of a thinking that yes, the Rent Act also has its origin somewhere in our ancient laws. So friends, these were the laws regarding property, and in the next video we will discuss law of contract as stipulated by Kautilya. Thank you.